Welcome back, everyone. Scientists have been trying to predict earthquakes for decades, and according to new research from the University of Texas, the way they've been doing it could be a bit off.
Imagine standing on a stretch of Texas highway where the horizon feels infinite and the ground beneath your boots feels like the most solid thing in the world. For over a century, we've treated this land as a vault, a place to extract oil, graze cattle, and build sprawling empires of glass and steel, but lately, that vault has started to creak. Scientists are beginning to realize that the Lone Star State isn't just a patch of Earth. It's a lid sitting on top of a bubbling, shifting, and deeply mysterious subterranean world. While the world watches the skies for signs of life or cosmic shifts, the real revolution might be happening right under the limestone. Something is stirring in the deep, and the data coming back from the latest sensors suggests that everything we thought we knew about the Texas landscape is about to be rewritten, and the eye in the glass mountains. While the most alien discoveries often feel like they belong in a laboratory, the first major breakthrough of 2024 started in the quiet, high-altitude desert of West Texas. At the McDonald Observatory, researchers began piecing together data that shouldn't exist. By collaborating with international teams using the latest orbital telescopes, Texas-based scientists identified what is now believed to be the most distant galaxy ever recorded in our universe. This isn't just a faint smudge on a lens. It's a glimpse into the universe as it existed over 13 billion years ago. It's like looking at a photograph of the cosmos in its absolute infancy. This puts Texas at the center of a new cosmic frontier, but it also raises a haunting question. Yet if we can see the beginning of time from a mountain in Texas, why is it so much harder to see what's happening just 5 miles beneath the surface of the state itself? The contrast is jarring. We are mastering the stars while the ground we stand on remains an enigma. The invisible shield of Austin. Moving from the infinite scale of galaxies to the microscopic, a team in Austin has recently achieved something that sounds like it was ripped straight from a science fiction novel. They are perfecting the art of making objects disappear. Through the manipulation of metamaterials, these researchers have developed a way to bend electromagnetic waves around an object, effectively creating a functional invisibility cloak. This isn't about magic, it's about a radical new understanding of how light and energy interact with matter. While the public thinks of this in terms of fantasy, the implications for the future of privacy and military stealth are massive. Rumors have already begun to swirl about how this technology might be applied to hide sensitive infrastructure, or even move equipment without being detected by traditional sensors. It's a breakthrough that suggests the boundaries of perception are much thinner than we ever imagined. And it's happening in laboratories nestled right in the heart of the Texas capital. The Ghost Islands of the Gulf. If you head south to where the humid air of the Gulf of Mexico hits the Padre Island shoreline, the mysteries take a more physical and somewhat eerie form. Over the last several months, satellite imagery and Coast Guard patrols have noted the emergence of ephemeral or ghost islands. These aren't just simple sandbars that wash away with the tide. These are substantial land masses appearing in no man's land waters, often forming after intense storms or shifts in the deep sea currents. What's truly strange is how quickly life finds these places. Birds and plant life that shouldn't be able to survive in such a volatile environment are colonizing these spots within days. These shifting borders have sparked quiet legal debates over maritime territory, but for scientists, the real story is the speed of the change. The coastline is being redrawn in real time, suggesting that the geological forces under the Gulf are much more active and aggressive than our maps would lead us to believe. The hollow earth of the Permian Basin. In the vast, oil-rich stretches of the Permian Basin, a more concerning phenomenon is taking shape. Well, for years, the area has been the backbone of the energy world, but recent seismic tomography, essentially a CAT scan for the Earth, has revealed a network of massive subterranean voids and brine channels that were previously undocumented. In places like Wink, Texas, the ground has already begun to give way, creating massive sinkholes that look like craters from another planet. These aren't just accidents. They are symptoms of a hollow Earth caused by decades of intense pressure changes and water movement. The sheer scale of these loosely packed pockets is enough to make city planners and insurance analysts lose sleep. The ground is literally subsiding, in some places at a rate of several inches per year. It's a slow-motion collapse that forces us to ask, how much can we take from the Earth before the Earth decides to take it all back? The Lazarus microbes. One of the most profound discoveries in recent years occurred when researchers drilled deep into 2-billion-year-old rock layers in West Texas. They weren't looking for life, but they found it anyway. Miles below the surface, in a world of crushing pressure and zero sunlight, they discovered colonies of Lazarus microbes. These organisms don't breathe air or eat organic matter. Instead, they survive on a diet of pure chemistry, drawing energy from minerals and hydrogen in the ancient brine. This discovery has sent shockwaves through the scientific community and even caught the attention of NASA. If life can thrive in the toxic, lightless depths of Texas, then the Goldilocks zone for life on other planets just got a lot wider. These microbes are essentially survivors from a different version of Earth, yet proving that life is far more resilient and stubborn than we ever dared to hope. The boiling Gulf and the heat dome. As we move into 2025, the waters off the Texas coast have begun to exhibit behavior that can only be described as extreme. An unprecedented ocean heat dome has settled over the Gulf, driving water temperatures to levels that resemble a warm bath more than a natural ecosystem. This has led to massive dead zones, where oxygen levels plummet and marine life simply cannot survive. But the whispers among local fishermen are even more unsettling. There are reports of strange, deep-sea creatures being pushed into shallow waters. Species that normally stay thousands of feet down are appearing near the surface because the bottom temperatures have become unbearable. This isn't just a weather event. It's a total disruption of the marine hierarchy, and it's fueling some of the most intense and unpredictable hurricane seasons on record. The waking giant of Trans-Pecos. West Texas is home to the stunning Trans-Pecos region, a place of ancient volcanic history. For thousands of years, these peaks have been silent, but modern geophysical tools have detected a subtle rhythmic uplift in the ground. While there is no evidence of an impending eruption, the data shows that something deep below the crust is moving. Small pockets of magmatic activity, far deeper than any drill could ever reach, are shifting. Scientists are keeping a very close watch on these quivers, as they represent the slow, grinding pulse of a planet that is still very much alive. And it's a reminder that the Lone Star State sits atop a geological giant that is merely napping, and every small tremor is a reminder of the power held within the Earth's core. The secrets the drought left behind. Perhaps the most haunting revelations have come from the things that were supposed to stay hidden forever. As record droughts cause Texas reservoirs and lakes to recede to historic lows, the receding water is acting like a time machine. At the bottom of places like Lake Whitney, entire ghost towns from the 1800s have emerged from the mud, their stone foundations standing like skeletons in the sun. But even older secrets are coming to light. Archaeologists have recently uncovered dinosaur tracks and ancient artifacts that don't fit the established timeline of human migration in North America. And some of these finds suggest that people were living in the Texas heartland much earlier than previously thought, leading to heated debates and new speculations about our true history. The parched earth is surrendering its secrets, but each one seems to lead to 10 more questions. The fracturing Rio Grande. Down in the Rio Grande Valley, the ground is speaking in a different way. New sensitive GPS networks have detected small, unexplained shifts along old fault lines that were thought to be dormant for millions of years. These aren't the massive earthquakes you see on the news. but they are persistent quivers that suggest the North American plate is under a new kind of stress. Some researchers are looking for a connection to the infamous New Madrid fault line, wondering if the entire interior of the continent is beginning to undergo a structural shift. While the risk of a major disaster remains low, the fact that the solid ground of South Texas is moving at all is enough to keep every seismologist in the state on high alert. What lies beneath? What we are seeing in Texas today is a convergence of the ancient and the futuristic. From the microbes that have survived for billions of years to the invisibility cloaks being forged in Austin, the state is proving to be much more than just a place of myth and legend. It is a crucible of discovery where the deeper we dig, the more we realize how little we actually know. The ground is shifting, the oceans are warming, and the very fabric of our reality is being tested by the brilliant minds working in the heart of the Southwest. We are living through a chapter of history where the unknown is no longer a distant land. It's the space right beneath our feet. If you want to stay on the cutting edge of the mysteries that the world is trying to keep quiet, you need to be part of our journey. There is so much more to uncover, from the depths of the ocean to the furthest reaches of the stars. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next file we pull from the vault. Tell us in the comments, which of these Texas discoveries do you find the most unsettling? Is it the hollow voids beneath the oil fields or the ancient microbes that refuse to die? Keep your eyes open, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next episode of Mysteries Uncovered Files.